It happened 3 months after her initial NDE, during a time of extended fasting and prayer. This time, she wasn't in an accident. Instead, she experienced what the doctors would later call an unexplained cardiac event while praying in her bedroom. Her heart stopped for 4 minutes and 12 seconds. But in those precious moments, she was once again transported into that familiar realm of living light. The moment she entered that space, she knew why God had brought her back. There was more he wanted to show her about fasting. Jesus was there, his presence just as overwhelming and beautiful as before. But this time, his demeanor was even more intimate, like a friend eager to share a precious secret. "Nicole," he said, "I've brought you back to show you the fruit of what you've learned." Suddenly, she was shown a panoramic view of the spiritual impact that had occurred since she began sharing her testimony about fasting. She saw streams of light, those same spiritual channels she'd witnessed in her first experience, multiplying across the earth. Each light represented someone who had begun to understand and practice biblical fasting after hearing what Jesus had shown her. "Watch," he said, and she saw people's lives transforming. She witnessed addictions breaking, healing manifesting, and relationships being restored, all through the combined power of prayer and biblical fasting. But what touched her most was seeing the intimate moments between these people and Jesus during their fasts. Each sacrifice of food had created a special space for deep communion with him. "Do you see?" Jesus asked. "What I showed you wasn't just for you. It was for my beloved church, my precious bride. Every truth you've shared has planted seeds that are now bearing fruit." Then, he showed her something that brought her to tears. She saw how every time someone applied these truths about fasting in their life, it created a ripple effect in the spiritual realm that impacted not just their life, but generations to come. These ripples were creating what looked like waves of revival, preparing the way for something greater. "The days ahead," Jesus said, "will require my people to walk in levels of spiritual authority they've never known before. What I showed you about fasting isn't optional, it's essential preparation for what's coming." He then revealed how the corporate understanding of fasting was creating a new spiritual dynamic in his church.